All right, 40 Days Through the Bible, Day 24. This was Isaiah chapter 1 through 35. And in chapter 30, the thing that stuck out to me was this verse where it says, "This is what the sovereign Lord, the Holy One of Israel says. In repentance and rest is your salvation. In quietness and trust is your strength. But you would have none of it." And this harkens back to what I talked about yesterday with Solomon, where the problem is not that Solomon didn't know what to do. It wasn't that he was unaware of what the solution was. It's that he wasn't willing to accept what the solution is. He would have none of it. And this is just a thing that is so common for all of us. Like, we know that in repentance and rest is our salvation. Like, we know that that's true. And we know that in quietness and trust is our strength. And we know that we're supposed to let the Lord fight our battles. And we know that we're supposed to be trusting and laying down our cares with him. And we know all this stuff, but we would have none of it. We refuse to accept it. We refuse to change our actions accordingly because we refuse to admit that by default the state of our hearts is we don't want to accept that, right? We don't want to accept quietness and trust, and we don't want to accept whatever. We don't want to accept God being in control. And so we rebel against it, and then we blame God for not giving us strength or not assuring us of salvation or any of these things, when the fact of the matter is that he is more than willing to, but we will have none of it. We know what we need, we know what is necessary, but we refuse to admit that we don't want any part of it. And so we just go on having none of it all the time. You would have none of it. You know that these are things that are there, but you refuse them. And that is just the case of the human heart just all the time. So yeah, if that resonates and that's something you're struggling with, the way that you deal with that is you have to first off admit, like, I don't want this. I know this. I know what the right thing to do. I know what the thing that I need is, but I don't want it. Some part of me doesn't want to submit to the direction and the leading and the instruction and the correction of God. So before I can even do this, God, I need you to make me willing to do it, because if I'm left to my own devices, I will have none of it, even though I know it's what I need, and even though I know it's the only way to get what I need. By default, my heart will rebel and I will have none of it. So, yeah, I think that's all I have for this one. I'll see you in the next one.